What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. VP Tactical here, and today we are talking about the Savage Access 2 XP. And so this is a brand new rifle that I got. This is the official unboxing. As you can see, I still have the box here, and I've subsequently pulled off all of the wrapping, not only from the scope, but also from the rifle itself, and then inserted the bolt into the actual rifle. And so I wanted to go over and kind of break down some of the features and what you get with this particular rifle. This isn't my official review. I'm actually still in the process of testing it. I'm just a little behind, as you can probably imagine. I think I bought this back in July, somewhere in that time frame. So basically what you get in the box is what you see here. And so aside from that, we've got a handy dandy lock, a little slip to sign up for the NRA, a Savage Access sticker, a manual for the scope, and then we've got a manual for the firearm itself. And as you can see there, it says bolt action. So this is their Savage Access 2 XP. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the differences, at least between the XP and non-XP models. So this one, again, happens to be the XP model, and the biggest difference is that it actually comes with a scope. And so in this case, it happens to be the Bushnell brand. So you have the option. There are some rifles that come with Weaver scopes, and there's some that come with the Bushnell. This one came with the Bushnell. And again, I'm going to do a full in-depth review on this rifle once I've got a little more testing behind it. I've already managed to get it out to the range a few times, but again, I wanted to do some additional testing on it before I give my final thoughts. And so talking a little bit about the rifle itself, it does come in various different calibers. You can get it in 223, 243, 6.5 Creedmoor, 7mm, 308, and the list actually goes on and on. And so this particular one actually happens to be in 6.5 Creedmoor. I wanted this for rifle hunting, particularly, which I think happens to be timely with the upcoming hunting rifle season. But the beauty is that depending on your location, distance of your shot, so on and so forth, you have the option to choose the rifle that matches your specific needs at a decent budget price point. And so again, as I mentioned, it does come with a scope that is pre-sighted. This one happens to be a 3x9x40 or 3 to 9x40. And it is a Bushnell. They do come, again, with Weaver as an option. And this particular one, well, actually, all of these setups are supposed to come pre-sighted in from the factory. Again, I'll go into all of those details when I do my official review. It is mounted on a 2-point Weaver base, or scope base. And the receiver itself is actually, in fact, made out of carbon steel. Now, what's interesting about this particular setup is you can get it in an array of different length barrels. And so this is their standard profile, if you will. But it comes in 20-inch and then 22-inch. I opted for the 22-inch. That was just my particular preference. It is a button rifled barrel. And they also have a heavy option, or a heavy barreled option, that happens to be threaded. So I didn't see that until after I purchased this, and it was already in the process of being shipped. Otherwise, I probably would have gone with that so I could run a suppressor on it. But such is life. You live and you learn. I was hoping to really try out my R9 on there, but you know what? It is what it is. Maybe on the next rifle. And so this particular one does come with a detachable box magazine on it. And so you can see here, it is half poly, half metal. And so this is a 4+1 rifle. 4 in the mag, 1 in the chamber. And in addition, it also has what they call their Accu trigger, which has this little blade here. And then an adjustability feature where it allows you to go from 6 pounds all the way down to 2.5. Weight of the rifle overall, and again, in this particular configuration, this is 6.5 Creedmoor, 22-inch barrel. We're coming in at roughly 7.38 pounds. Overall length, or OAL, is 42.5 inches. And what's really cool, this one actually happens to have the composite stock. So it's essentially plastic, right? But there are options available where you can get wood right from the factory, and you can even find left-handed models for you folks that happen to be configured that way, so to speak. But this particular rifle comes in at a price point of roughly $350 to $400, right in that range. Again, when I picked this up way back when, in I believe it was July or somewhere around that time frame, and again, I've been super swamped, hence why I didn't get that review out sooner. I picked this up for, I believe, $355, and then there was a $75 rebate on top of that. So the net after that rebate, it was approximately $280. It's a tough rifle to beat for that price point. Again, I'm going to go into all of those details and talk much further in depth about the performance of the rifle, what I think of it, you name it. the whole gamut once we get into the final review of it. The only other thing I wanted to note on it, it does have sling point attachments, and so you could run, again, a sling if you wanted to carry this in the back country, through the woods, you name it. But you also have the opportunity, if you're doing bench rest shooting, to run a bipod on it, or even maybe you wanted to lay prone and shoot out in various configurations. So at any rate, again, that's my short unboxing of this particular rifle, kind of giving you folks the gist of what it is and all of the finite details. And the other thing I did want to make mention of too, there are a ton of aftermarket options for this particular rifle. And again, I'll get more in details on that in the next video. But one thing I wanted to make mention of that I did forget, it is does actually have a free floated barrel. So again, you know, at that price point, there's a lot to unpack here, to say the least. And I do like the fact that they have a rubber recoil pad here actually already built into the stock. And so that's certainly a nice feature. It's something you don't have to add. You know, not a bad bang for the buck. Good value from what I can see, again, just unboxing it. But we'll talk a little bit more about the finite details of it in the next video. Again, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to help and support my channel. That's one of the best ways you can do it. It is free, doesn't cost you anything, and I certainly appreciate seeing you folks around the channel dropping comments and engaging with you. Anyway, be safe, stay vigilant, and catch you in the next video. I'll be out here very soon, next week.